Carthage must be destroyed. I have in front of me some miniatures from Relic Miniatures. This is a company that I have shared stuff from before. These were gifts from Mike based out of Relic Miniatures there, so thank you for sending me these in. These here are, as you can see, an Illyrian Horseman and a Numidian Horseman. I've got 8 of each here. In the back on the left, I've got the, you can't see them all in the shot, but on the left I've got these Illyrian Cavalry, and then I've got Numidian Cavalry here. Now, I've shown you guys Relic Miniature stuff before. I've shown off the Illyrians, the infantrymen on this channel, and I compared them with Warlord Games Illyrians. Now, if you have collected Warlord Games, you know that some of their older Greek stuff is based off of old Immortal models. They bought that company and that's what they sell for plastics. So those models themselves are a bit smaller than what a lot of, they're older models, so they kind of have a bit of a smaller sizing to them. If you look at them, they don't quite stand as bulky or as tall as some of the newer stuff. Like if you get Victrix, for example, Victrix has a much bulkier, taller scale to it. It's almost a little heroic, right? If you've collected multiple ranges, you'll have seen that. Also, some of the other companies, such as like Foundry and Aventine Miniatures, have a bit more of a bulk to them, whereas I found that Relic Miniatures here kind of keep things a little more scale. They describe it as true scale on their website. So it's a little more toned down to, I think, more realistic proportions to humans, whereas like other models have a bit of a, you know, kind of like a stereotype, a bulky look. They're great models, especially, you know, if you want something alternative. I'm going to show you guys here rather the Illyrians first. I don't know many companies that go out of their way to do Illyrians, so that's very unique for Relic Miniatures here. And I'll show you guys some of the metal models here. You can see he's got the different kind of helmet there. I don't know the names of the Illyrian helmets. I'm just going to call them the tribal Balkan helmets of the ancient world. You guys might have seen this one from before or in pictures. I think there's a well-preserved bronzed up, a rusty bronze model of this particular helmet. Here's a more Greek-looking Corinth helmet. And then you get more of those cone ones there. Now, these guys here you'll see are decked out in kind of, I'm going to call it the Greek kind of tunic, right? Whereas the Numidians that he's done up, he's got more of he's got a lot more hair on there. I don't know if they're dreadlocks on the Numidians, but they're always, you know, they're always shown with a lot more hair, beards, mustaches. They definitely, you know, a lot more hair than what the Greeks are always shown with, in my opinion, especially the facial hair. Now, I'll just show you guys. A lot of these models, to me anyway, they all do have different hairstyles and looks, but they're basically kind of the same style. You know, they just let their hair grow out. They might have had their certain way to put it together. I don't know enough about them to really get into hairstyles of the ancient world, but I want to show you guys something really cool. A lot of people that do Numidians, they always give the Numidians like just basically like the Greek or Roman kind of battle tunic. Like you look at these Illyrians here, and you know he's just got a very basic he's got very basic clothing on. You don't see it on other armies. But what Relic Miniatures have going here, if you can see it in the camera, he's got frills along the edge of this tunic and on the end of the sleeves here. And I guess this was I was told by them that the Numidians wore this goat skin or goat hide, and they had these frills on it, and there are some pictures out there depicting it. So that's a little different compared to other companies' Numidians. A lot of people just give them kind of like a tunic, and it's very basic, you know, something like the Carthaginians or the Romans would also be wearing. But Relic Miniatures has them in like tribal goat skin frilled clothing. So that'll be a little more unique and special to paint. Maybe a little more traditional Numidian versus like the Romanized or Carthaginian mercenary Numidians. Something else I'm going to show you guys here, of course, are these horses here. Now, I like the sizes of the horses because they're not huge. I don't really believe that horses of the old world were all that big. I always read descriptions of them being more pony-sized, and I think this is a good scale. Not too big. I'm sure they had some big horses in some areas. Show you guys some other ones here. But the details on these are very well done. I noticed on these guys in particular, and I'll show you the Numidian ones here, I really like this and appreciate the detail on this. It's not just like a random horse with the Numidians. You can see with the Illyrian based ones, I'm going to call them Greek style horses. I know maybe they're not. Maybe they have a specific type going for them. But you'll notice that they've got, I'm going to not call it a saddle, but like a cloth, and they've got the belts and the reins and something to control the horse on there, right? You can see that on a lot of Greek models. I don't have any Numidians of plastics or any other type to really compare. But what Relic Miniatures did was that they made and it's really stylized actually, like the mane and the type of horse is really, I'm gonna say North African, and they don't put anything else. It's just a bareback horse with a rope around between his neck and his shoulder blades there. And all the Numidian horses are like that because there's descriptions of these Numidians riding them bareback. So there's no saddle or any cloth on there for the Numidians, and I just like the styles of these horses. They are bareback, and I think that looks a lot more cooler and a lot more, you can see there different kind of sculpting, different style of horse for the different areas of the old world, right? So I think that's really cool. And again, similar size, not too terribly big, not like big old medieval chargers or you know, show horses today where they got these massive horses. No, just you know, horses that are a fair deal. I lost what I was saying there. My iPhone ran out of storage, so I'm just gonna make the rest of this video as short as possible. The other thing that Relic Miniatures sent here, of course, were standards. For the Illyrians, you get kind of like the banner, something you might see with the Romans or maybe with the Greeks or something like that. I don't know if they had banners like that. I think the Persians did. I'm not sure if they did, but I see a lot of Greeks and Romans with this kind of banner. And you know, you just need to get your own wire spears and stuff to put them in their hands. But this guy, you know, whatever model you want, you just have a guy holding it. Now the thing with the Numidians here is that they've got a proper, it's not a totem, but like a proper standard. And this guy without his hands there, you're meant to want to, oh, where's the other hand? I've lost him there. But he's got two hands on here and it fits in nice here. You know, maybe a bit of gluing, some wiring for reinforcement. And you got the guy who'll carry a standard into the battle. And of course it's a horse, you know, they're horse lords. They were really good at riding them. The Numidians also have a trumpet man. Whereas like there's a separate trumpet with the Illyrian. I think there might be an Illyrian musician with an instrument in hand. Sorry if the dog's in the background there, if you can hear that. But yeah, the Illyrians here didn't have one, but he's got a trumpeter, a guy with a horn included in there. There's no commander that I saw, but I was given some extra heads. I probably won't use them. But you can just, you know, chop off their heads if you want to on the Numidians there. Let's show you guys quick some alternatives. That guy's balding there. Some alternative heads. So there's some other head options. They're just kind of like the head slots that you could put on the Numidians. And the other last thing I want to show you guys in this little kit is it's really cool. You know, you get these kind of basic round shields, almost like the hoplon or the pelt. I don't know what it's called for the cavalrymen. The same idea, the bronze things. And the Illyrian and the Numidians are the same in these kits. And what they've done here is that they have put the javelins, and they've got either two javelins or they have just the one here, but they have the hand and the javelin attached behind the shield. So the idea is you either just use basic shields like this and, you know, just glue them on and go with the model, or what you do, because, you know, they carry these the javelins in their hands, you can take the hand off of one of these guys and then repurpose it. So once you've cut off that hand, you just glue and reinforce it on the wrist there, and then he's able to carry his shield like so, right? And then you just put in the wire spear javelin that you have to supply on your own. So that's a cool option, you know. You don't just have to glue on a shield. You can actually have the hand and the javelins attached. So they're not all separate pieces. You can just have one reinforced shield arm with the javelins intact. The last thing I'm going to say about this kit really quick here is I don't have the Illyrian ones, but Relic Miniatures also does their own water slide decals. And I've used some of these before on my Victrix Romans. Actually, I used the one of the banners on one of my standards. But these are just their water slides. With these particular water slides, they're not the same as some other people's water slides. And I have my own here. This is a demo sheet from my recent Kickstarter. This isn't the one I'm sending out. It was a sample. But you see when I tilt it in the light here, you see on mine, I think you can see it in the camera, you get kind of like a plastic outlining around the decal, but the rest of the sheet is in decal sheet plastic. I'm not sure what the term is, like the film on top of it. So these decals, you don't really need to have any precision or anything, you know, you just cut them out, glue them on whatever. They'll stay on fairly well. But some people, like Relic here, what they've done with their water slide decals is the whole sheet is covered with that film. So it's not just a simple matter of, you know, cutting out the decal. You could probably, like, I did it with the flags, and you could probably do it with these shields here. You'd have to, you know, if you have some really nice scissors, you can just cut it out and go from there. But it's probably better to get a proper knife or a proper tool to accurately cut these out, because they're not, the plastic film over top is not separated between each decal. The whole sheet is basically like a water slide decal. So it works a little differently from some of the older water slide decals. They're still good decals from my usage that I've had putting them into use. And it's nice because he's got some alternative ones on the website there, Relic Miniatures does. And you can see here, you know, these are for the North African Numidians there, a lot of Carthaginian inspired tannets and stuff like that. So that's just my quick look at some of the gifts here that Relic Miniatures sent me. Thank you for that. And you know, if someone wants to collect something or add some Illyrians or some more Numidians to their collection, then I hope that this video shows you guys that they're cool models. They're nicely done. So thank you for sending me those, and I'm gonna go off and totally unrelated, I've lost my train of thought because there's 6mm tanks in front of me. I'm gonna go varnish some tanks. These tanks are done. I just let them sit for a week, and now I'm gonna varnish them. But yeah, I did a video on that last time. But that's what I'm gonna work on now that I'm done with this video. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Check out Relic Miniatures. You can check out their website. Just go to, just look up Relic Miniatures, Google it. Or you can go to their website at relicminiatures.com. Check out all the cool stuff. He covers a lot of ranges on there. So thank you all for watching. If you want to see more content, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. All right, have a good one. Bye now. Adios.